And even though he defeated the Ox, he still faced its wrath. Hello my friends, it's Johnaroth coming at you with a new video today featuring a very underrated but powerful commander, Bonny Pall, Clearcutter. I don't see Bonny Pall played a lot anymore, but this is a very strong and good magic card that I think you'll see in the games. Bonny Pall is 3 colorless, 1 green and 2 blue for a 6/5 giant with reach. When Bonny Pall enters, you create Bow, a legendary blue ox creature, and Bow's power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. When you attack, draw a card, then you may put a land card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield. So Bonny Pall is focused on, you get an army in a can, you get card draw, you get more lands put onto the battlefield. Bonny Pall is inspired by the folklore legend of Paul Bunyan, who was a giant who had a blue ox named Babe. Bonny Pall has a blue ox named Bo, so it's pretty obvious. So we have a lot of breakdown of ramp and control elements for this deck. We have Delighted Halfling, Elvish Mystic, Utopia Sprawl, get us more mana, Arcane Signet, getting more lands with Into the North, getting lands out of the graveyard with Renomac Excavator or Ice Till Explorer. And then we have a lot of control elements, counter spells like Counterspell, Mana Drain, Mana Leak, Remand, etc. And then finally, how do we win on these types of games? There's 2 different ways that we focus on winning outside of Bonny Pall and the Ox, and that would be having some really huge creatures in here like Emrakul at 13/13, you can take another turn, Lumra and Primeval Titan get you lands out of the graveyard, Coma, which I featured a video on recently, creates lots of coils, or Crater Hoof Behemoth, which can just win you the game all by itself. So is Bonny Pall still powerful and relevant? Let's find out in today's video. Let's go. Okay, one of our very favorite decks is who we're playing against, Taval, the Balance Scale. I play this type of deck all the time. This hand has some early ramp. I don't know. Seems a little weak otherwise, though. I'm going to mulligan, see if I can get something else. This is a little better, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Taval, I did do a video on Taval if you're interested, but basically, oh, we got a Llanowar Elf. We'll take it. I'm going to put that down. Taval is a 4/4 flying dragon, and when it attacks, you can mill 3 cards, and you may return a land to the battlefield tapped. Whenever 1 or more creatures leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 zombie druid token. There's also a combo you can use with this and Titan's Nest, where basically you can take every single card you have and in the graveyard and make it a like a zombie. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put down an island, and let's get out Fanatic of Ronas. Get some more ramp going. I am a little nervous. He does have potentially enough mana to get Taval. We do have a Wash Away and a Witness Protection up. Going to... he could potentially make... Oh, he doesn't have enough mana for multiple Cobras. So that's good. Still pretty scary, though. Go ahead and get out Jace here. I'm going to go ahead and bounce the Lotus Cobra so that he can't make duplicates. Opponent's going to mill a card, perfectly fine. He could attack with all 3 and kill Jace if he so desired. I'm perfectly okay with that. Gets out Taval. Yeah, he's gonna go for it. Going to kill off the Spring Heart just so that he can't make any more tokens with it. Put down Cavern of Souls and let's say Giant. We summon Bonny Pall, that would cost all of our mana. That's not a good strategy. Let's put Witness Protection on Taval, so it's just a 1/1 now. And then we're going to go ahead and get out the Blossoming Tortoise. Didn't get anything with the Blossoming Tortoise, unfortunately, but that's all right. There's a lot of different ways you can build a Taval deck. It looks like he's building it as a landfall type deck. I'm hoping he attacks with Taval, quite honestly. Yeah, go ahead, keep putting tokens on that. Attack. Okay, gets out his Lotus Cobra again. Delighted Halfling. What are we gonna do here? I'm gonna put down the Strip Mine. I'm gonna go ahead and attack and destroy his island. Then I'm going to get out Bonny Pall. Do we swing in with the Blossoming Tortoise? I don't think so. We're going to hold off. I don't want to kill his commander. Looks like he's really trying to pump up Taval. Our opponent is empty-handed at this point, which is good. Okay, he's gonna double the amount of tokens. You gonna attack? You are going to attack. I think we're just gonna take this here. All right, let's see. I'm going to cast Garruk's Uprising, which is going to give our creatures trample. Opponent's going to mill a card. We're going to get a lot of card draw here, which is great. Let's go ahead and swing in with the Blossoming Tortoise and Bonny Pall both. We'll get our Strip Mine back onto the battlefield. Still didn't draw anything. That's crazy. So our opponent's going to block with the Lotus Cobra and an insect. Got our opponent down to 17. Let's cast Brawl here. And then I'm going to use the Strip Mine to get rid of his other blue source. So he loses that as well. We'll pass the turn. Okay, our opponent's going to double the amount of counters on Taval. We'll just block with a Llanowar Elf. Now, if he finds a way to give him trample, we're going to be in trouble, but otherwise I'm not overly concerned. Gets out a Deathrite Shaman. Let's go ahead and get out the Tireless Tracker. Can't use the Utopia Sprawl, unfortunately. I'm gonna go ahead and swing in with... Or do we want to swing in with Bow? Yeah, let's swing in with Bow. We're gonna go ahead and get our strip mine back onto the battlefield. Opponent's gonna take it. Let's put down a forest here, get another token. Let's use the strip mine right now to get rid of another one of his lands. We're just gonna parroting his lands so he cannot cast anything. This is actually pretty funny. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Utopia Sprawl on the forest. We'll pass the turn. Opponent's gonna attack in again. I'm gonna block with Brawl. Opponent has a Birds of Paradise. We'll let that be. I'm gonna go ahead and start drawing some more cards that we got from the Tireless Tracker. Let's draw another card. It's crazy that he has a 17/17 and we're just holding it at bay over and over again. Let's put down the Hedge Maze. Ancient Tomb, let's throw that to the graveyard here. Let's swing in with Bow again. Now our opponent does have a Deathrite Shaman. He can exile the Strip Mine, which is a good move on his part. Luckily, we still have other lands we can get. We'll get the Ancient Tomb. Opponent's down to 5. I'm going to go ahead and put down a Scoot Swarm. Then let's take 2 damage to draw another card to see if we can get something good. Really didn't draw anything that impressive. I'm just going to hold off. We do have up a counter spell. Let's see what our opponent casts here. Opponent's looking at all his mana. He must have something good. River's Rebuke, Time Warp, something. 2 blue mana. Okay. Let's see what he's got. Opponent's going to cast Dig Through Time. We're going to say no to that. We're not letting you take that, sorry. And that's the game. Even with a 17/17 Taval, it cannot overcome the power of the Ox. Good game. Our next game is against Kefka, Court Mage. Love Kefka, very strong commander. This hand is really slow. I'm gonna mulligan, see if we can get a little bit faster. This is a little bit better, so I'm gonna keep it. We'll try it. Kefka is 5 mana. When it enters or attacks, each player discards a card, and then you draw a card for each card type among cards discarded this way, and you can transform Kefka into a 5/7 flying that whenever opponent loses life, you draw that many cards. Super strong. See what our opponent does here. Is our opponent going to kill our bird? Maybe. Opponent is going to kill the bird. Perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and put down the Windswept Heath and pass the turn. Opponent has 3 mana. We'll go ahead and crack the Windswept Heath. Go for Hedge Maze. Island is good. We'll throw down a land. I'm not going to do anything because he has lots of open mana here. I'm hoping our opponent tries to cast something like an Arcane Signet or something like that. Opponent's eyeing our lands. Cast Expressive Iteration. We're going to mana leak that. Gonna Spell Pierce. Okay. Perfectly fine. Question is, what do we get out? We could get out the Tireless Tracker on our turn or Rhystic Study. One of those two. Gets another land. I'm going to go for the Tireless Tracker just because it does have some card draw potentially involved with that. Our opponent could get out Kefka on his turn. I'm bluffing a wash away here, but I don't know if the opponent's going to buy it. Opponent gets out a Triumph. Opponent's going to destroy both of those. That was pretty lucky. Go ahead and get out Vorinclex here. Get some more lands. Keep our mana flowing. Opponent's going to take another turn. Is he playing my deck? Seems very similar. I didn't have a Molten Collapse in there, though. Opponent has Liliana the Veil. Opponent only has 1 card left. So I think it's probably... Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Primeval Titan, which was successful. Yeah, we're getting some lands here. Let's go ahead and get Cavern of Souls and Strip Mine. And we're going to say Giant for the Cavern. Now he basically, this is a threat. He does have enough mana to get out Kefka, but this is a threat he really does have to take care of, or it's going to be a big problem for him. Going to Kefka is going to have us discard a card. I'm going to discard the Bristly Bill. We're each going to discard a card here. I'm going to discard Rhystic Study. Opponent did not attack. Let's go ahead and put down a land. Then we're going to cast Bonny Pall, which he cannot counter. I'm going to use the strip mine now to destroy his Mysterized Village. Gonna stifle that effect perfectly fine. We're gonna swing in on Liliana. Let's go for Ancient Tomb and Mysterized Village. We're gonna get the strip mine back onto the battlefield. I'm now going to use the strip mine to destroy one of his lands. Let's destroy the Mysterized Village. Opponent's going to swing in. We'll discard the breeding pool. I'm going to go ahead and block with Bow to kill off Kefka. He doesn't have enough. I mean, he can't transform it. He could kill the Ox maybe with a removal spell. Snapcaster Mage. Okay. No, you don't have enough mana for what else could you cast? Let's see what our opponent does here. Gonna do Tyrant Scorn to probably kill the Ox, I guess. He kills the Ox off, puts down a land. All right, we can play our whole hand here. We're gonna cast Garruk's Uprising, draw another card. Put down an unlocked Case of the Hothouse. We can get the strip mine back out of the graveyard, destroy another one of his lands, play another mana, draw another card, swing in for 12. It's over. He's not gonna be able to transform Kefka, but really good game. Kefka is a really fun commander. I really recommend looking into my video on that. It's another one of my favorites. A lot of great card advantage and card draw. Good game. Our next game is against a Dark Knight, Cecil. This hand has some early ramp. Utopia Sprawl isn't good without a forest, though. Man, I'm going to keep this. We're going to try it. Cecil is a 1-mana 2/3 Death Touch. And whenever he deals damage, you lose that much life. If your life total is less than or equal to your starting life total, you untap and transform him into a 4/4 lifelink who can get indestructible in other creatures. Wow. Now, that was quite a turn our opponent had here. He picked the Tracker. I choose Ginger Brute. Put down a command tower. Let's get our Arboreal Grazer out. We'll put down the land here. We did draw into the north, which will allow us to get a forest. Okay, our opponent has a Skrelv. I'm just going to go ahead and take this damage for now. This is pretty decent, actually. We drew a land. Let's cast Utopia Sprawl onto our forest. We'll say blue. Then let's cast Into the North to get an island. Then let's get out our Ginger Brute. Our opponent's probably wondering why we have a Ginger Brute. That's what we had to choose for his alchemy card. Shame we don't have enough mana for Cyclonic Rift. That would be pretty good. We're not going to block this. Opponent has a Felia. Let's go ahead and get out our Blossoming Tortoise here. We'll return the Hedge Maze. Unable to Scream is pretty good. I think we'll keep that. I'm just not even going to attack in right now. It's not really worth the time. I wonder what our opponent would... Okay, Painful Bond. He's going to draw some cards. Looks like our opponent may be hurting on mana a little bit, potentially. Gonna flash in a land. Opponent's gonna give protection. Not so sure if that's a good move, but okay. Opponent's down to 12. I see. He's wanting to get below half his life total. Less than, equal to less. Okay. He's already going to get that, correct? Whenever it deals damage, you lose that much life. Yeah, we're actually not going to block. He's going to get to transform Cecil. Do we have enough mana to bounce everything yet? We do not. Let's go ahead and get out Bonny Pall. Reprieve. Okay. Yeah, we'll put it in our hand. That's perfectly fine. Do I swing in with the Blossoming Tortoise? No, we're just going to hold off on doing anything else. What we really need is one more land so we can bounce all of his stuff. Opponent's going for a Stoneforge Mystic. He could flicker that. Going for a Transmogrant Crown, which is an artifact you can attach to a creature, and when it dies, you draw a card. Gonna make Cecil a 6/6. He's gonna attack with everything? Okay. Am I missing something here? Oh yeah, the Indestructible. I forgot about that. Okay, let's block both of these, and we'll block this as well. He's gonna gain some life, get the Stoneforge Mystic back. Get another equipment card. Okay, let's see. Let's swing in with the Blossoming Tortoise first. We're going to take back the Ancient Tomb. I have enough mana to do the Overload, right? Yes, I do. We're going to wait a minute on this. I want him to like spend mana on things so I can bounce everything. The Jeet. This is where we wait. We got to be patient. Right here, we are going to bounce all of his stuff back to his hand, including the chrome mox. This is where our patience pays off. Opponent's going to get out Cecil. And the Skrelv. The Chrome Mox. Oh. And Felia. What do we do here? I'm going to cast Unable to Scream. Well, on... You know what? Let's attack with the tortoise first and see what happens. Get back a forest. Hit him. Let's cast Time Warp here. Then let's cast Unable to Scream on Felia. Draw another land. So let's use the Ancient Tomb to get out Bonny Pall. We're going to attack in with the tortoise again. Got our opponent down to 6. Opponent's gonna fatal push our bow. Perfectly fine. Yeah, our opponent's just way too far behind, and even though he defeated the ox, he still faced its wrath. Good game. Thank you, my friends, for watching another one of my videos, this one featuring Bonny Pall Clearcutter. I feel like Bonny Pall is a very underrated and underplayed commander. I would put the power level of this deck at probably a low A tier. After I made my final revisions and tweaks, I win most of the games that I play with this deck, and I'm really surprised that it isn't played more, especially with all the other landfall type decks that are very popular, like right now, like Azusa and all those types of decks. So I would recommend looking into it and exploring if you enjoy a good Simic deck like this. The deck list is in the description below. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to leave a comment talking about Bonny Pall, another commander you want me to look into, or why you feel like Dr. Pepper is indeed the best soda on the planet. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.